What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Lenovo Ideapad 5 video. This is our Ryzen 4500U with the integrated Vega 6, 512GB SSD, 8 gigs of RAM, and we're going to be doing Paladins at 1080p low and 1080p high. I didn't bother with 720p on this because I only do that if that's required to make a game playable. I prefer to play at the native resolution. But you could definitely drop it down to 720p if you need more frame rate, but you'll see as we get into this. So first, let's go in and take a look at our settings. We're going to start off with low. So this is full screen, 1080p, 100% resolution scale, and we will be on all low on our settings here. And that's how we'll do our first run. So Paladins is a very easy game to run. It's even easier than Overwatch. It's less demanding graphically, and you will see here the biggest difference you will see between 1080p low and 1080p high is the usage of that Vega 6. You'll see it go up to the 95 and 99%, much less, if at all, at the low settings. The frame rates, however, are very similar. So when you're watching this video and you're wondering why 1080p low and 1080p high have such similar frame rates, it's because this Vega 6, the APU here, is not really having an issue running the game graphically, whether it be low, medium, high, whatever. It's the speed of which it can do all of that dropping the resolution down will increase the rendering speed. You'll get a higher frame rate. If you need to play this game at the 165 to 175 that this game's going to tend to cap you at, you could drop down to 720p. But I didn't need to test it that way because it certainly was not something necessary. I can tell you that definitely, yes, if you go 720p, you can raise that to the 160, 175. But at 1080p, low and high, you're going to see very similar frame rate, but you're going to see different usage on the Vega 6. When we get to the 1080p high, take a look at that and you'll see it staying up in the 90s a lot more often, but it will still dip down. It won't have to stay pegged there, and that is why they're so similar. But either way, this game runs absolutely fantastic on the Ryzen 4500U. You're going to consistently almost always be over 100 FPS, whether you're low, high, graphics, whatever. So you can play this game at a nice, crisper 1080p with low, high, whatever graphics you want, and it's going to look nice and play nice. And it's probably one of the higher FPS games I've played on this Ryzen 4500U. It definitely, and I know this game is not demanding, but to see this running the game at 1080p high or low, over 100 FPS without any trouble, without any hitches or stutters in the game at all, it was a smooth experience the entire time, is actually just really, really good. So anyone looking to play Paladins on a 4500U or 4700, 4800, whatever, you're absolutely going to have no problem at all. So we're going to wrap up the 1080p low here in just a second, and we're going to go over and we're just going to put the settings on high and leave everything else the same. So here we are in our settings, and all we're changing, we're staying 1080p full screen, all that. I've just changed everything over to high.
3, 2,
and you can see here already, getting ready to start the match, we are running over 100 FPS. We are very similar to what we were on low. But if you look at the Vega 6 usage up there, you're going to see it in the 90s more. So yes, it is pushing the GPU side of things more, but the FPS will be very, very similar. I was actually really surprised to run this game at 1080p high and get a nice consistent frame rate over 100. Really good game test on this game for the 4500U. If you've got like a 4800U, I'm not sure what the speed differences are there. Maybe you would get up there closer to that 160, 175. I'm not sure. If anybody has a 4800U that they're playing Paladins on or wouldn't mind checking it out, let us know in the comments here for me and the community. Since I don't have one of those, it would be interesting to know. But this 4500U, which is basically almost like the entry level of the 4000 mobile series integrated graphics, it tests games very well. Even high demanding AAA games, 720p 30 most of the time is no problem. And games like this, 1080p with higher settings, aren't any problems. Alright, this 1080p gameplay will be over shortly. This was a fun round, and when we get closer to the end of the video here, I will jump back in with you guys.
Not ready. Enemy killing spree. Enemy killing spree.
My light is fading.
No one is the law. Killing spree. Hit the wrong guy. Double kill.
Alright, so we're coming up on the end of the video. I hope this gave you a good idea of how Paladins will run on a Ryzen 4500U. Runs excellent, 1080p high, low, whatever. You're going to be over 100 FPS pretty consistently, and runs really well with no stutter. So thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a thumbs up. Ring that notification bell so you know when I drop new videos, and leave me your comment below. Thanks, and have a good one.